Alright, welcome to the 69th episodes of CSS Design. In this video we are going to see how to create this glowing gradient blob. So we just need two files to get started. Let me show you. Let me create a HTML file and call it as demo.html, and let me create another file and call it as demo.css. To follow along, I'll leave the source code in the description so that you don't have to worry about the copy pasting work. Now let's start creating the template. Exclamatory tab. Let's link the CSS link demo.css, and then we need to create a section. Then we need to create a div. Let's call it as blob, and inside that we need to paste the SVG. So I have a website that creates SVG on its own, you can see. So with this we can create colors of our type, gradient of our wish, pattern, image, and the outline. So let us stick with the gradient. We don't need outline. So let's pick this color. You can create your own color just as I show you on the demo. Now this is the randomness. So this shapes the shape looks irregular, so let's stick with slide circle. So I'm making the randomness, and you can make the complexity as well. Let me increase the complexity. Cool. Now get the code, view SVG code, copy the whole section. You can just click on this copy code and paste it here. Now what we need to do is we have to remove this ID. We don't need this, and Alt X. Now what we need to do is we have to cut this path, and inside that we need to create a tag which is animate. And inside the animate we need to give attribute value, attribute name. We just took the path from the attribute D, so I'm just giving the D, and the value for the D will come here, and we want the duration of the animation to be 2 seconds, so that means 2000 milliseconds, and we want the loop, so repeat count is going to be indefinite. Cool. Now we just have one value, so let me add another SVG value. Change blob, copy code, double click, copy, paste here. Make sure to add semicolon to separate the SVG. Change blob. Now to make the loop properly work, just copy the first line of SVG and paste it at the end so that it looks like an actual loop. Refresh it. So this is the index. So we have created our file as demo.html. So it's actually working. Now we need to take care of the CSS part. So going to be repetition. Let me copy paste it. For all element I have removed the margin and padding and added the box sizing border box, and for the body I have given the height and width as of the screen size, so viewport width and viewport height, and given the background color. Then for the section which holds the block, so whatever is there inside the section, it should come at the center. Now we have a blob, and the width and height is going to be 500. And that's it. Let's just check. Cool. Now we need to add another blob. Let me copy paste it one more time, the whole blob section, and paste it. Now we need to choose the second blob. So with the help of sudo selector :nth child, we want to add the blur filter :blur 500 pixel. Now we will see two blobs. Let me make this 50. Now we see two blobs. We want this to be one above the one below the other, so for that we can use position absolute. Let me just copy this and paste it on the blob. So this is applied to both the blob, and that's it. I hope the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening.